What's going on, guys? John Keene, the Giant, coming to you here from in studio. Just got done recording the Crushing the Cell podcast. I want to encourage you to check it out, crushingthecell.com. You can also find it on iTunes and everywhere else. But that's not why I want to talk to you real quick. I want to talk to you real quick about the topic we just discussed, and that's knowing yourself. Listen, guys, whatever you want in life, and I think this topic gets missed in a lot of areas. I think there's a reason why. Right? There's so much depression, so much suicide. People feel like they have to look a certain way to go out of the house, act a certain way, dress a certain way. Listen to me, guys. If your success is predicated and based upon how other people view you or see you or on a dollar amount, you're missing the point. You're missing the beauty of this life. Life is about knowing who you are. Life is about doing what makes you happy. You see, real success is you waking up happy and you going to bed happy. You walking every day in who you really are. You walking every day in your passion and in your purpose. You living every day for that. That's what life is about. That's what we were created for. That's why we were put here on this earth. We were created and designed as individuals. You see, the education system's got it wrong, right? A lot of parents have got it wrong. A lot of people tell you, no, you gotta look a certain way. You don't want nobody else to notice you. You wanna blend in. You don't wanna be unique. You don't wanna stand out, right? How many of us have been told you don't want the principal to know your name or you don't want the teacher to know your name? Just sit in class and blend in. And when you do that, you create a culture that takes away your personality. You create a culture that takes away the individuality of each person. And when you take that away, people are depressed. When you're not doing what makes you happy, you're going to become depressed. You're not going to be happy because you're not doing what your passion is. And doing what your passion is what's going to make you happy. And you can't allow other people the authority and the power to dictate what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and how you're going to live. Now listen, I'm not saying that laws aren't there for a reason and they shouldn't be broken, and that company policies are there for a reason and they shouldn't be broken. I'm talking about internally. You can't allow people to internally dictate what your passion is. If you want to make sandwiches, and I firmly believe there are people out there that are sandwich artists and they find joy in that, then go get you a job at Subway, and eventually you're probably going to own a Subway. Why? Because you're going to be the best in your field because you're passionate about it. You see, everybody's chasing dollars. Everybody's chasing a big house and a fancy car or a BMW or a nice watch or all this other stuff, but nobody's chasing what makes them happy. So it's no wonder to me that people are walking around not happy. It's not that mind-boggling to me to understand why the suicide rate is what it is and why girls feel like they have to look like something off a magazine cover that's fake anyway, that the person on the magazine cover doesn't even really look like, in order to go out and be successful in life, or that these guys have to pay $299 to go sit in front of 6 people, tell them exactly what the recipe for success is. Listen, there is no magical recipe for success. What works for one person is not probably going to work for you because they're not you. What makes them happy and gives them drive and purpose is not what makes you happy and gives you drive and purpose. You have to lock in to what makes you who you are, to what makes you unique, and be okay with yourself and wake up every day and do what makes you happy. Money is going to be a byproduct of that. When you become the most valuable expert in your field that you're passionate about, there's somebody out there that has a need for it. I give this analogy. I love Chick-fil-A, but I don't want to work at Chick-fil-A. I don't want to say my pleasure to every person that I come in contact with. I don't want to make sandwich wraps. I don't want to fry French fries. That's not my passion. But when I go to Chick-fil-A, I see college kids in there that have a dream and a vision of managing or owning a Chick-fil-A one day. And they take their job serious and they're passionate about it. And one day they'll get there. But you know what? I have a need. My need is I need to eat. Right? They have the food. So I'm going to pay them $10 for their food because I have a need and they're going to meet my need. And that's the same thing with your life. When you discover what you're passionate about, when you find what makes you happy, right, and you start doing that, then the byproduct is going to be that you're able to fill a need for somebody else. If you want the true recipe for success, here it is. Find your passion. Whatever you think about at night and wakes you up in the morning, it's probably your passion. Find your passion. Start learning your passion. That doesn't mean that you walk away from income that you've got right now. You go quit your job and put your family on the streets. What that means is you dedicate time when you're not on the clock for somebody else to learning and executing your passion. Listen, you may not have $600 for a microphone, another $1,000 for a lighting, another microphone system, software, and all this other stuff, right? I didn't at one point either. You got a cell phone. If you want to be a podcaster, you don't have to have $5,000 to get started. You need a cell phone and some hustle muscle. You download the Anchor app and you start recording like this and practicing your passion. And as you get bigger and better at your passion, find somebody that has a need for that passion and go fill that need. And when you do that, there's going to be a monetary value associated with that transaction. And that is the only recipe to success. There is no magic golden elevator. You can get in and press level 60 and ride to the top and step off on the top floor and say, I made it. I'm here. I'm where I wanted to be. Everybody successful gets there the same way, and that's taking the stairs. Every single person. It takes commitment, consistency, doing the same thing over and over again until you become an expert in it. And if it's your passion, you're going to want to do that anyway. You're going to want to keep going anyway. I love speaking. My passion, my purpose is to help people realize their value and self-worth, and that it's okay for them to be them and to live their dreams. That's my passion. That's my passion. So what do? I started podcasting. I started speaking, right? I had other source of income. I had another source of income here and there along the way to keep my family afloat, to keep the bills paid. But I work on my passion, and I will continue to work on my passion until my passion becomes I'm an expert in that field and I can fulfill a need from somebody that needs what I'm passionate about done. And then there's going to be a monetary value associated with that. And that's how you get to success. You go to bed happy, you wake up happy. That's how you become happy. Listen, the American dream is not about cars, money, women, drugs, or anything else. The American dream is about you having the freedom to be who you are, the freedom to express yourself the way you are, and the freedom for you to go capitalize on your passion. Take it serious, take it for real, and go do what makes you happy. You don't need anybody else's permission. You don't need somebody else to tell you it's okay. You don't need somebody else to push you there. All you have to do is know who you are and then cut the negativity around you out. If they're not willing to help you, if they don't believe in your dream, if they're telling you you can't do that, or that's not real, or that's not a true possibility, or any of those things, cut them loose. Listen, doesn't mean you don't love them, but you can't let somebody anchor you down and keep you from achieving your true happiness. And when you find that true happiness, when you find what it is you want to do, you're going to find that you're going to walk through on a daily basis happy. Because guess what? Life's going to happen regardless. No matter what you're doing, life is going to happen to you. It happened to me. I know. Listen, I was in a great job. I was the general manager of a very big corporate company that's nationwide. Very good job. Managed 20 to 30 employees, on average $50,000 to $30,000 a day, bank deposits. Very successful by corporate and the world standards, but I was miserable because I wasn't living in my passion. I was living in somebody else's passion. Somebody else would have loved that job, but I didn't. And so what did I do? I was so miserable that I freaked out. I sold everything I had, my house, everything, my furniture, and I took off across the country. And when I got to my destination thinking I'm going to find true happiness out here, I realized true happiness isn't where you are. It's not what you're doing, it's why you're doing what you're doing. It wasn't that I was 3,000 miles away now from all the negative people that had told me that I couldn't do anything in my life. I was still out there miserable because I wasn't living my passion. Go live your passion. It's okay to be you. You're special for a reason. You're unique for a reason, and that's a good thing, and that's okay. All right? And if nobody's told you, I love you. If you haven't heard that today or in a week or in a month or ever, I love you. I think you're awesome. I think you're awesome. I don't need your $29.95. I don't need a monthly subscription from you. I don't need you to come pay money to stand before me and hear me speak. I'll tell you right here, right now, you're incredible. You're amazing. And you can live whatever incredible life you're dreaming of if you'll just take action towards your passion. I love you guys so much. Have an awesome day. Make sure you check out the podcast and the blog, crushingthecell.com. Thanks.